Hi guys, Mons here. On today's episode of All Ball in Mons, it's going to be a special edition of the 2025 All Ball in Mons year-ending awards, just for the Premier League. So, just before I get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to click on the subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. And if you have subscribed, I do appreciate all the support for watching my videos, liking it, sharing it, reposting it, whatever way you support me. I do appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. So, what I'm going to start with, this awards, it just goes out for the calendar year 2025. So my Premier League team for the year 2025 calendar year, I'm gonna start with a goalkeeper. I had two options. I had Sells for Nottingham Forest and Raya for Arsenal. You can go with either one, but I believe Sells was a much better goalkeeper for a longer period last season. However, Raya is consistent. You're playing behind a better defense, but I'm going with Sells in this one. I'm going to go with a 4-3-3 formation. I'm not going to overcomplicate with 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1, whatever. I'm going to straight 4-3-3 formation. And the right back, I think the best right back in the last 12 months in the Premier League has been Mons from Crystal Palace. Brilliant player, going forward and defending as well. Brilliant right back. I'd love to see someone like that at Manchester United. The two centre halves I'm going for is Virgil van Dijk, one of the best defenders of all time in the Premier League, and Gabriel for Arsenal. I think those two are probably two of the best centre halves in the Premier League in the last 12 months. But honourable mention is Ezri Konsa. I believe he's been a vital part to Aston Villa and how good Aston Villa have been in the last 12 months. So Ezri Konsa getting an honourable mention. It was between him and Gabriel, but I always pick Gabriel in my opinion. And the left back, I'm going for Tyreek Mitchell from Crystal Palace. I think he's been the most consistent left back in the Premier League in the last 12 months. I'm not just talking about attacking, I'm also talking about defending. He's very, very good defensively. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I felt Tyreek Mitchell before, when he broke into the Crystal Palace team, he was known for his defensive abilities. However, in the last couple of months, you've seen him progress as a wing back, and going forward, he's been very, very good. He's been solid both ways. That's what I like to see in the defender. So that's why I'm going with Tyreek Mitchell as my left full for this team. So the three in the middle of the park, I think Bruno Fernandes, that's a start. I don't care what anyone says. Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder in the Premier League. Him alongside Declan Rice, two of the best midfielders in the Premier League by far. Those two are starting this team. So there's one more space left in my midfield. So I've got Caicedo, Bruno Guimaraes, and Gravenberch. In this team, I've gone for Gravenberch because he was very, very vital to Liverpool win the league in the 2024-2025 season. Like I said, this is a 2025 calendar year award, not just this season, not just the 25-26 season. So I'm going with Gravenberch in this one. Like I said, honorable mention for Bruno Guimaraes. Really like the way he plays. Really, really like Bruno Guimaraes. And Caicedo, solid player. But for this team, I'm going for Gravenberch, Rice, and Bruno. I think that's a very, very good balance. You have Bruno in the number 10 position, and you have Gravenberch holding, you're sitting in front of those two centre half, and Rice just box-to-box midfielder, engine house. So for my front three, I'm going to start with the right-hand side. Of course, Mo Salah. That's the guy you're going to go for. Mo Salah has been the best player in the best right winger in the Premier League in the last 12 months. I know this season hasn't been great, the 25-26 season, but for last season, it was unbelievable. He literally carried and led Liverpool to that title last season. So I'm going with Salah in this one. An honourable mention is my guy, Brian Mbeumo. He had got 20 goals last season. It was fantastic. Got 20 goals, 7 assists last season. But that's an honourable mention, but I'm sticking with Salah. On the left-hand side, the best player on the left hand, the best left winger, or one of the best attackers in the Premier League last 12 months, of course, Morgan Rogers. Unbelievable player. He got young player this season for the Premier League last season. I think he's probably one of the best wingers. I think he's going to be starting for England this summer's World Cup. There's going to be a duel between him and Bellingham. I prefer Bellingham, but I'm not the manager. However, Rogers has been fantastic the last 12 months, so I believe he will get a nod for England, and I believe he got a nod in this team. My centre forward, I was split between two centre forwards, Haaland and Isak. Isak had a brilliant 2025 calendar year. However, for me, I'm going to stick with Haaland because Haaland, for the whole calendar year, Haaland has been much better. Not much, Haaland, I just pipped it for me, especially the way he started this season and the way he ended last season. So for me, Haaland, like an honourable mention is Isak. I'm a big fan of Isak. Hope he has a speedy recovery from his injury. So that's my start. That's my starting 11 for the year in 2025. So I'm just going to give out a couple of awards here for the year in 2025. So for my young player of the year, no other than Morgan Rogers. for the year 2020-2025. For my player of the year, I'm going for, there's three players I picked. Mo Salah, Declan Rice, and Haaland. For this one, I'm sticking with Mo Salah. I know he hasn't been great this season, but for the whole calendar year, I think he's been fantastic. There's no other option there. For me, he's the number one player of the year 2025. The most improved player for the year 2025, I've gone for two candidates. Brian Mbeumo and Yohan Wissa. For me, those two players carried Brentford last season. Mbeumo ended up with 20 goals, 7 assists. Yohan Wissa ended up with 19 goals, 4 assists. Those two players scored and assisted each other a lot as well. This one you can go for either or. For me, I'm going to go for Brian Mbeumo. The next one is going to be the most underrated player for the year 2025. They didn't get enough mention. For me, that player is Jared Bowen. By far, Mr. West Ham. Anything good happening to West Ham, he's always at the heart of it. For me, he's one of the best players in the Premier League. He's one of the best players outside the top six. He doesn't get his credit because he doesn't play for one of the big teams, and West Ham are struggling. However, he's Mr. West Ham. Anything good happening to West Ham, Jared Bowen's always at the heart of it, in my opinion. Every single year, he has a great output, great numbers, great when you watch him play, great work rate. He's just everything for me. He's a very, very good player. For me, the most overrated player for this year, no other than my guy, Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper. However, he's very overrated. I think he's won the best goalkeeper like 2 or 3 times now in a row in terms of the FIFA awards. And that's simply from winning the World Cup for Argentina and winning the Copa America with Argentina as well, which I think is very, very strange because in the Premier League, he's made the most errors for a goalkeeper in the year 2025. And he's made six. Only one of them led to a goal because he's lucky the defenders and poor finishing. However, making the most error for a goalkeeper in the Premier League, not good enough. That's why I believe he's the most overrated player. Thank you for making this to the end of this video. Do appreciate all the support. Hopefully you have a very good Christmas watching this video. Hope you enjoy my video. And there's more to come for the year 2026. And if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment below. I'm always open to suggestions. If you'd like to see me do anything more, leave a suggestion. I'll have a look at it. I'll see if I can do it. Thank you very much for all the support throughout the year. Appreciate all the support. My first year podcasting, really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait for what year 2026 brings. Thank you very much. Peace out.